Okay guys, I'm going to try to do a quick little intro video to Doorway Etiquette and explain a little bit about it, okay? So pretty much one big issue is dogs rushing out of our front door, alright? Just a little disclaimer, if your dog doesn't have any, if he's not introduced to placement yet, if he's not introduced to stay, then you might run into frustrations with this exercise, so you might want to visit those skills before, which is typically what we do. Maggie could use a little bit of refresher with all of those skills, so you're going to kind of see a little bit more of, okay, she's not 100%, you might need to troubleshoot a little bit with the dog. And then, as I mentioned before, don't get frustrated. It's a process. So typically we are practicing doorway etiquette when I don't need to go for a walk, when I don't really need to go outside, okay? We don't want to be in a rush, and that's the main idea with that, okay? So I do have food. I am going to lure. Okay, Maggie does have some familiarity with that, with the sit as well, okay? She's not too great with her stay, and we're working on that today, okay? So I'm distancing myself a little bit from her and walking back. That's where you can see the stay command kind of comes into place. And we're pretty close also. She's pretty close to the doorway. The cones I have set out because we need some sort of indicator of where the human space is. Sometimes you'll see trainers using blue painting tape. Today we have cones. When she passes the cones, you know, that's a red flag. We want her to back up, okay? In this case, I want to open the door completely and close it, but in a real world scenario, you might be having a food delivery, you might be welcoming somebody into the house. Not every time that the door opens, the dog is going outside, and they need to have a little bit more respect around the doorway, okay? Plus, if we have a leash on them and we open the door, we don't want them rushing out and tripping us up, okay? Especially if you have like mobility problems. That's not a good thing. So she's doing pretty good. I'm gonna give her some food there. Let's see if we can work through this and how fast we can do this, okay? So like I said, I was already working with her a little bit. The step away is the first step, generally, okay? This is kind of like the crash course into it. First step, okay? You can rehearse that quite a few times, all right? You don't have to be in a rush to open the door, okay? So walking away, you can rattle that doorknob. You don't have to open it, okay? I'm giving her food after each little repetition, okay? So walking away, rattle the doorknob, walk back, give her food, okay? Ask her to stay, make sure she is set before I walk away. I might rattle the lock there, come back, give her food, okay? I don't want to stay over here at the door for too long because how long she can stay for will also come into effect, right? So, like I said, she's not very good with her stay, so I don't want to stay at the door too long and expect her to remain back there, okay? So, that's thinking like in fairness, all right? Like I said, I don't want her passing into the human space. If I have my leash, I'm gonna use it, okay? So very lightly, we tug her back. She didn't look like this a few minutes ago, so we've already kind of had like a little bit of a warm up, okay? So get your dog smoothed out, and then once they start getting the hang of things, this is what you get, okay? But you might have to troubleshoot initially, like I said, okay? Good. Good. Now, she likes to place herself on the right. If I sit her a little bit off the placement, she starts sliding, so that's something that I'll have to keep in mind, okay? If I place her outside of this little square here, she's gonna slide and then she's gonna get up, which doesn't work for me. So I have to make sure that when I have her seated, she's on something comfortable and she's not gonna break from that position, okay? So I'm gonna walk away here. This time I'm gonna open the door a little bit and close it, okay? Yes, good job. You can even close it You can even open it like even sliders, okay? Good. Main idea is you're simulating the experience of going to the door and opening it, okay? You can take this as slow as you need. So she gets up there, you take it back, okay? She doesn't necessarily need to be sitting down, but it will help, okay? Good. There we go. You see her fixing herself up? Stay. So if she's getting up, technically I want to walk back to her and make sure she's set. Start again. Stay. Right back. Sit down. Stay. Stay. Okay, and if you notice, loose leash still applies. Okay, I don't want to be forcing her over here with pressure, all right? If I'm doing that, I need to, take a few steps back and work on some other things, okay? Stay. The moment she goes forward, I want to put her back in her place, close the door, we abandon ship over here, come back over here, okay? Stay. She needs to maintain composure. The more composure she has, the more the door opens, okay? That's a good job. Okay? This is kind of how it goes, okay? We're going to work on this for a few more minutes and then see where we're at. Okay? I want to get to the point where I can open the door completely. But as you can see, many things will play a role in this. How well your dog sits, how long they can sit for, how well they handle distractions, all of that stuff. Okay? She's a shepherd also, so I would expect her to be a little bit more, on the go. Okay? Stay. Stay. Better. Stay. She got up. Bring it back. Stay. Stay. There you go, guys. I hope that gives you a little bit of insight on how to go about this. We'll try to do some more in-depth videos, but like I said, don't get frustrated. Training is supposed to be fun. You don't want there to be conflict in your training, okay? So if you find yourself going down that rabbit hole of being frustrated, take a pause, dissect things, and work it out, okay? But yes, take the time, don't rush things, okay? And if you are the type that gets frustrated, we need to work on that, okay? Because we need to manage ourselves to be good teachers for our dogs, okay? And I'm not preaching that to you from a place where, I don't have those issues myself. I don't get frustrated. I do get frustrated. I'm always working on that, and that's why I know everyone else gets frustrated too. It's my job, and that's the reminder there. You're gonna get frustrated, take a step back, don't let it out on the dog, because then you're gonna let it out on yourself, and that's not what training is supposed to be about, okay? Thank you for sticking around, and we'll see you on the next one.